Hey guys, today in this video I'm just going to be showing you guys kind of the secret meta deck, honestly, that's going to be coming up, and you'll see it definitely more in ranks, like more competitive views after, right after the, right after this video, honestly, there should be like new stuff coming out, and it'll be a lot more Whitebeard. You guys maybe already saw if you guys go to like top decks and then go look up in America. They weren't playing a lot of it, but honestly, I think Edward Newgate is honestly one of the best decks right now. I can play and I have no skill in this game, honestly. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm definitely gonna have to reload this up though, because the thing's not wanting to work. That's always fun. It probably happened each time that you guys are actually watching this with me. Probably happens once per time that we try and do a video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Is just the new, I think, secret meta. It's not super big right now, and I think that's why it's secret meta right now. I don't think it will be though. By the time that this video will be out, it already kind of started to show up, so I wouldn't be too surprised if it just kind of was there now. So the only thing that's really hard to play against is Bello Betty, because she throws such high numbers. And then purple red Luffy's also a little harder. But honestly, Anel's not hard, Sakazuki's not hard, none of that stuff's hard to get it, like, to fight against. So all you're doing here is just searching for what you want. So, like, I want a play on 4, well, I probably want more play for 7, because I already have, like, a 4 or 5 play. So that's fine. So the nice thing is he has to sacrifice a Dawn to put onto his leader just to hit me. And a lot of people play the strategy, oh, I'll just survive and sit back and do nothing for a while. It doesn't always work how they want it to. So all I'm going to do here is throw a 6k, but he has to counter out with a 2k or 2 1ks, or take. And purple Luffy really doesn't want to take, but I had to sacrifice no Dawn to do that. So now I play Marco, and I play a couple of them. He's a nice blocker. Right now you don't have to keep any effect Dawn up, because when you're low, so you're just going to take everything that the enemy throws at you for damage wise right now. That's the big strategy of this deck, is just like, if they throw 5ks at you, you take the 5 and then you draw the card, and then as soon as you're down to 0, then you can start countering. But like right now, all I'm doing is just straight up doing this right now, just drawing cards, because you're going to notice you have a lot of counters in this deck, like a lot of 2ks, a lot of cards. Okay, so he's just trying to keep my hand down. What, he already threw out 2 blocker laws, so that's fine. That took a lot of Dawn off him too. So you don't really protect anything out here, honestly. Right now, what I want to do is well, I have 6 Dawn, so I'll probably throw, I'll do this. I'll throw, I don't need the blocker exactly. Yeah, I'll throw this 6k into him. Let's see what he does. Because he only can take so much life, right, before, like, he dies, so. And just keeping his hand down. What, he already threw 4 of my cards away, what does really suck, but it's, like, not the end of the world, so it's fine. But I have a lot of 2ks, as you guys are probably noticing by now. Like, my hand is just full of characters. This guy's down to 5 cards now. I'm up to 7 cards. He's up to 6. I have 1 life though, and so if I don't play correctly through each turn, I can die. But honestly, by now, all I gotta do is, so I have 8 Dawn, so I'll be able to play this, kill 2 of his things on his side of his board, and then what I'll do is next turn, if I survive, I will play Edwardnewgate and I will win. Because Edwardnewgate changes my 6k later into it 8k later until it's the next turn. So he's just throwing big numbers at me, wasting his Dawn. That's fine. Let him do his thing. Let him just try and, because all this had did nothing to me. So he put out really nothing there. He's just trying to wait out my turn. So all I'm gonna do here is play this to KO his that, and then I have a 3 Dawn up. I have 1 event. What I will do here is keep my hand how it is, and then I have 2 Dawn to waste, so I will put 7, 8 to his leader. Then he has to block, so that's one less thing they can punch with. Now I'm at 8 Dawn. Now I'll be on 10 Dawn next turn, and then I can play my Edwardnewgate, change my leader to 8k, and then when it's the enemy's turn it's still at 8k, and the next turn I'll play 8k, and then my leader will be back up to 8k, and I have enough stuff to counter out, and I will just win that way. And if I don't win, it sometimes does happen. So this is where you gotta watch out, is Eustace Captain Kidd, because he gives the opponent's leader plus 1000. So it's getting it off the board, or something else like that. So all we're gonna do here is I'm gonna do just enough to survive, right? Because that's all you're doing. All you're doing is just doing that. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Edwardnewgate, attack to life. Let's see what he does. I still have my one Dawn up. Okay. And then I will attack something like his leader, because it's 6 on 6k, that's always nice. He's really having to empty his hand. That's always really nice. He's trying to kill me in this one turn, what he really can't do. Because I have enough counters. I have a lot of 2ks, and then I have a 3k. And it's just always there. And I'm already up to 8k, right? The next turn I'm going to play another character that puts me up to 8k. The only 2 things that can really mess me up is if I don't find Izu searches that have Edwardnewgate in them, and I have no Edwardnewgates, I can really lose my gas fast. But I mean, right now I'm at 6 cards in hand. This guy's at 3. He has 2 life, I have 0 life. Life doesn't really matter on my side. I just always think of myself as being at 0 life. He's gonna KO my blocker. Use effect, I can trash something from hand with Whitebeard Pirates to put it out tapped. So I can do this. Do I want to? I think I do. Yeah, I do, because I want to put that one out. That's fine. Even though it's a 2k, that's still fine. He's probably just gonna attack with 9k to lead, and he's gonna give his leader the 1k. Honestly, that's how I'd see it. I'm definitely gonna be close to dying if I don't die here. Yeah, I'm gonna be real close, but we'll see. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, I always forget. I'm fine here. So 6, yeah, I'll just do that. There we go. Even though I threw 11, 10k at me, I still survive, right? And then now that I threw everything at me, I have 1, 2, 3. Well, no, I have 1, 2, 3. And then I could even, if I wasn't sure if I wanted to do Edwardnewgate or Portgas for the rush, I could even kill like his blocker by putting out this guy, putting 2 Dawn on him, attacking 12k, killing his blocker. There's like some crazy stuff that I can do here. So I'm going to show you guys one thing. I don't normally do this, but it's very doable. And it's doing this, putting 2k on him, attacking leader, killing blocker. See how powerful that is? That just loses all of his hand. Now I get to attack with a 6, 7, 6k, and then I still have a 2k, and then I have a 3k. So all I'm going to do here, and I still have a blocker, all I'm going to do here is attack 6k, 6 to 6, it's fine. Okay. I guess he put something on him? That was weird. You know, I didn't see anything fall out of his hand. There we go. Okay, we won. So I still had this attack. And then I would have, oh, he wants to rematch. Alright, let's see what he does. So Now that he played against me, he probably has more of an idea what's going to happen, but no, he doesn't, because I got 2 Luffys in hand. And if I find any Izus, then I can just start placing them down to get my Whitebeard Edwardnewgates. So right now, honestly, I don't really want to destroy anything. There's nothing for me to do. Oh my god. Okay. So you do start with 6 life. That's a really nice thing. That does really work out in my favor. But not always. Okay, so he ditches a lot of cards from my hand. He did that last time too. So I have 4. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put out 1k to search for Edwardnewgate. Found it, right? Because most searches that you're going to do, you're going to find what you want. So all I'm going to do here is do... I don't think I'm going to place anything. I think I'm just going to go straight for the hoping to kill this or get some cards out of his hand. Because he really... So Purple Luffy wants to really not let you have any of his Dawn plussing. But he also wants to have enough life. Like 2 to 3 life is where your line is. I just know a lot about that deck compared to normal people. So that's why I'm not too worried about playing against it. I think he's definitely playing with a different mindset now. But I don't know what this mindset is. I guess it's probably just putting out a lot of blockers and trying to survive until I'm low on health, I guess, maybe? I mean, it's not an impossible strategy, right? But it's not the best strategy ever. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to do... Honestly, I may just put... Even though she's a 2k... I may just put her out, put Queen to 4k, and then he has to block with the 4k, and then I throw out my 5. Yeah, I'm going to see if this works, because I've never tried this strategy out, but doing that, so he has to counter out a hand and not block and then counter. There we go. Okay, so I just secured that, and then now I can attack with my red Luffy and get extra counters out of his hand or give him life. Cards. He's not going to take it. I'm at 7, he's at 7. He's probably going to play a purple Luffy to take more cards in my hand because I'm really high on cards. So that is a really big thing that I never actually had to face before. But he's already played 1 draft, so I only can have 3 more. He has 35 cards in deck, 9 cards in hand. He probably has another draft they could play. He'd rather play a Magellan though, because that would screw me over because I don't hit my Edwardnewgate on time. And that would really screw me over. Ulting to Page would have been nice, but I'm guessing he didn't have it because he 2K'd with it, so he must not have a Page unless he just got a Page. Queen's not terrible. I think he just wanted it for the draw and then trash 1. Yeah, he just wants life out of me. That's fine. I don't know what his idea was there. Honestly, I may just play a blocker. Well, let's do this. I'll attack 6k. He's definitely going to counter. 6k. Okay. Play this. And then I'll block next turn if he wants to throw everything that he owns onto his leader and just hit. If he has something to take that off, that's a really big thing, is if they do get your blocker down and you don't have a huge amount of counters or not, like the big thing is if you have effects in your hand and it's like up to like 7 or 6 Dawn, you should really be trying to have effects. He really is holding on to hand, what I'm confused about, honestly. But I understand why to a certain extent. But if I do get 10 Dawn, then I could just play 2 Monkey D. Luffy's back to back, right? And I was like kind of thinking about that. Oh, there's a blocker down. He lost a Dawn off that. I guess he's just gonna throw everything on me again and just see if he can hit me. I survive, because that's not how that works. And then now that I have all this, I could just probably kill him right now, honestly, because I have 10. So I may just throw... Well, let me think about this from a literal standpoint. So I could do 7... So I could do a 5k. So he has 2 life, right? I have to kill him this turn, or I lose. What I probably want to do is, he's not worth it here. I could get two 6k attacks, or I could do one 7k, so I want to do the two, so I have no extra Dawn. So honestly, all I'm going to do here is throw a 6k. By the way, I still do have blockers, so there's always the second chance, just in case. Now I'll do a 6. He has 6 cards in hand. There's that. So now I can throw a 6k. Okay. Now let's throw a 5k, or a 6k into his 5k again. There we go, we won. Okay. So he didn't have anything to nuke that. The only thing he could have done is done this, and then he would have had 5 extra Dawn. So he would have been up to 10k. He would have killed, he would have killed this guy, right? So he would have had to actually pay 7 to kill this guy, and then he would have 8, 9, 10. So he had 3 extra, so 6, 7, 8. So 8, 6, 7, 8. So I would have been exactly at the amount that I didn't need to win. I would have needed 1 more K. So I was correct about not winning, but I don't know if he would have went through playing this card. He probably would have played something like this. He would have actually probably paid, I would have played this, actually, king, and then played that, killed this guy, instead of tapping it, playing, killing, and then you'd have 7, 8, 9, 10, so 4k extra, so 6, 7, 8, 9. So you could have thrown a 9k at me if you played this. So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing, I guess, right? I don't know if that makes sense. But as you guys can see, I'm not amazing with the deck, but I have enough, like, I know enough about these decks to be able to be like, oh, okay, this is how this works. Okay, so this is Sakazuki. This is exactly what I was talking about, with how I can win really easily. So he's going to be putting out like a lot of 5Ks, so Sanji is really good here. And I'm just playing whatever the game gives me as a starter hand. I'm not really being picky this game. And having cards out, all I'm trying to put out is rushes back to back to back as much as I can. There's an Edwardnewgate out of first search. Amazing. Sometimes I can get a Maka now, too, and that's really nice on Izu. Even though it's a 2k that you're getting out of hand, that is a really nice... Okay, so now he only has 2 Dawn, but he did get a punch out of me. But there's another rush for me. There's the 2k, so he has no more Dawn. He's looking for something. He searched for it. He found a... He found something. Oh, he found a Porcelino. So the 4k is blocker. So he has a blocker now. He's probably going to be playing that next turn realistically, right? All I'm going to do here is, even though I can play my 2k, honestly, all I would do here is put... Attack with a 6k. Let's do that. Let's attack with another 6k. There we go. Because, like, he's gonna destroy that card, right? So I'd rather... Yeah, see? So I got one of his attacks off on this. That's fine. And then I only took 1 hit, so that's fine. He's definitely gonna play that block. Yeah, so what I was saying is he was definitely gonna play that. He did. This is a counter, so I don't really want to be playing this, but like things like Luffy's are not bad. Marco's, because he doesn't actually die, he just drains your hand really hard, so you don't really want to keep hold of it for any longer than you have to. Honestly, what I think I'm gonna do is throw 6k at face. So I have 12 cards in hand. That's a couple cards, right? And then I'm gonna do a 5. And then attack my 5 into this. Or 6 into that. There we go. He's down to 4 cards now. Alright, now I'm going to start moving over all my counters. sorry dude, I'm not reacting to you yet because I'm really focused on moving all my counters over. Okay, so over half of my board is... Oh, he attacked a 5k into a 6k for some weird reason, but he destroyed something out of it, right? So maybe that's what he was wanting to do. I have 8 here, so I could play like 6k or something. I don't really want to play him until I'm trying to kill some stuff on his board, like wipe big like things out. So all I'm doing right now is probably gonna play something like this. So I'm gonna do, so I have to pay 6, so 7, 8, so 2 more. I'm gonna lose a life at the end of this turn, so I do want to keep one up, so I may just attack 7. And then I'm gonna pay the 6, play the rush onto him. Okay, that's another card out of hand, and then now I have enough for one of my counters, and I only have 1 counter, so I mean I couldn't get any more defensive than this, right? I really want to keep hits off me, even though I normally say I don't want to do this. I do know he's really gonna want to take that, right? So I mean it's not the end of the world if I do protect this, and I do have a lot of counters. And I don't think he's trying to fake me out. I truly do think he wants this, and it's the 6k, so he can't just kill it instantly. That's as much counters as I'm going to take out this whole game, though, for other things except me. So, like, he could put 9 onto his leader, and then I have to counter out with almost all my hand, and then I would have to play Edwardnewgate, and then counter out next turn, too. I'm definitely going to be playing Edwardnewgate next turn, though. Okay, so he trashed his Kaido. That's really good for me, because the less cards he has in his hand, the less stuff they can do, right? And so, like, he can't react as fast with, effects, so that's really good for me. Yeah, so, I'm gonna move my camera just slightly, guys, because I want you guys still to be able to see stuff. Okay, I may just change it to that from now on, actually. That's not bad. Okay, he's just doing 7, 8, 9, 10. So I may just throw out... I think I'll probably just throw out, like, 2 2Ks. Boom, boom, boom? I guess that works. I think he wants to kill this, but I don't know how he could kill anything if it's not under, like, 2 or 3. Right? Yeah, that's still a really far stretch for him to actually be able to kill. Maybe he had an effect at one point, but he can't play it right now, right? He did get his something back into hand, so that's a really big thing, is you're never going to actually get his hand super low, but you'll get it low enough that it will be a problem. So all I'm going to do here is I'm honestly just going to want to... I have 2 counters in hand. They're not bad. Honestly, all I'm going to do here is attack a 6k. Because I don't care about his front board, right? Yeah, he has multiple blockers out, but he only has 2 blockers out. So I mean, it's still not the end of the world. He probably has a 2k in hand, but he has to use... Okay, so he used his 2k, so now he's at 3 cards, right? Now I'm going to play Edwardnewgate. Now, yes, I could have changed how much damage I would have done so he couldn't counter out of it, but I'd rather have him have less cards than know what I was gonna do, because I could have rather played Rush if I did, like, somehow get his health low, or he did something really weird, right? I could have, like, done something super crazy and, like, rushed on him or something. This guy's also Rush, but he's a 2k, so you're pretty much throwing away 2k that could save you the game, because a lot of, like, you'll notice that you'll screw over games if you throw too much out. So almost all my hand is counters. I have 2 separate options of counters, so I just let him have it, right? Because I really don't want him to do anything too crazy. He may throw 10 on his 5k and just throw... Well, he has to throw like 1 on this, right? He has to throw 3 Dawn on this if he wants to attack with that. He has to throw a Dawn on that to attack with that, but I don't think he wants to. The most I'd see is if he throws 1 on here and just attacks. He's just keeping a lot of blockers out. He's minusing 2 off this, right? Oh, no, he threw that. Okay, he threw that away. So he's not planning to destroy something. He wants to make sure that I can't kill anything on his side. I'm up to 8k though, so that's a really big problem for him. And I'm gonna be able to start killing stuff on his side too. He does have a lot of, yeah, he has a lot of blockers up, but he's not playing for offense. So the most that he's gonna do here, and this isn't normally how people actually play, honestly, all I'm gonna do here is play another one. I'm gonna bring my guy up to 8k. I'm gonna attack. Well, I for sure know that I pretty much can get this. So all I'm gonna do here is throw. He's gotta throw a lot of his card, like his whole hand's gonna be gone, right? If he protects this. And so that means that he's gonna block. He's obviously gonna block with one of these. Okay, right. Now he has to block, because unless he somehow has a 1k in hand that he's just secretly holding on to. Yeah, there you go. So that's a lot of his hand down, because I don't want to hit life rather than take... basically, I'm giving him the chance of not having attack. By the way, him putting 6k blockers out is not good for him. Yes, he draws 2 Trashers 2 and also can't be KO'd by effects, none of his board can. That does keep him from dying in 1 turn. But what I'm doing is bringing out 10Ks each turn that he's not going offense on me. And now I have 1, 2, 3. So all I'm going to do is probably put out this 7K rush. And then throw a 6k, a 10k, a 10k, and then throw a 7k at him. And can he really counter it? Yeah, because he has blockers, but then he won't be able to attack with anything. But yeah, so all I'm going to do here is honestly 9, 10, so I need 5k to survive this, so I may just throw 1 and then throw boom, boom. I guess that's fine. He's really trying to reach out for it. So 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. So he's just putting out more blockers. What I mean is not bad. I mean that's not good either, right? So I can. So I have 1 extra Dawn here because I have 8, 9, 10. So I can put 7 onto him. Right, and then I can throw 10k, get one of these 2 blockers, probably this one, right? Yeah. I'm gonna throw another 10k. He's gonna block with something, right? I'm gonna throw 7k. Select 2 targets. I'm gonna put this target and this target down. Throw at this. So he has to counter out with a 2k and then a 1k, or block. And I'm guessing he does have the 2 and 1k. So that is really lucky of him. That wasn't exactly me getting outplayed there. That was just me being hoping. I could have probably played a little bit more safe and still won. I'm not saying it's over though, honestly. Unless he like throws everything onto his 5k. I mean, he's probably just gonna honestly. Okay, he's throwing 3k onto this. Okay, so he's going really crazy. He wants to throw 2 big numbers at me, right? So he's going to throw this, and he's going to also throw this. So my honest guess is I have to do... We'll do this, and then we'll do 2k. And he's going to throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 onto his 8k, and then throw that later. So I couldn't win that. But what I'm going to say is I should have let's make sure. So I only found 1 Izu, and I played around my rushes a little too much. If I played Luffy's, then I could have went through and scared him, and then so he would have had to start emptying his hand, so he couldn't play some of these cards that won him the game. So I'm gonna do 1 more game of this, because this is like 29 minutes in. We're gonna do 1 more game. So this is an out. So Sakazuki, you guys saw how close that was. Okay, this is like almost perfect hand, right? The only thing that you don't have is early game, and you still kind of have it because you have your 4 drop turn, you have your 5 drop. Yeah, this guy doesn't want to play. Anels are one of the easiest things to play against. Sakazuki can always win anything, right? um, some matchups just can't win anything. So we have 2K, 2K, 4K, and then we have 2 rushes, late game rushes. I don't really like that, so that's one that I'm going to switch, and I still don't like what I have here, but I mean, it's not unplayable, so it's playable. All I'm gonna do here is, honestly, I don't have anything too crazy that I can do here, so I'm just gonna take, and he's gonna throw, he only has 3 down, right? So he has to put 2 onto this, 4, 5, and then so he can get 2 6K attacks out of this, and that's what I would do if I was him. But now he can't have 2 6K attacks on me. He's gonna hit me for sure once, and then he for sure can't hit me twice, because he can't play rush, and rushes at this point are only 5Ks, so that's only one. There's my Luffy, that's what I was looking for, hoping to find. And then, okay, so he did play effect. He played, well, how did that change into a 3K? Okay, that's how it changed. So Magra gave him 3K, so that's fine, because I'm not trying to defend anything, because I'm going to waste. I think he's confused why I'm not caring. So far this game feels really good for me. I mean, it doesn't take much to change. Okay, sorry guys. My recording stopped for some weird reason. We're only like, my recording only stopped for like less than a turn. But yeah, pretty much all I'm doing right now is just trying to survive. I took 2 life from him. All I did was play Monkey D. Luffy. You guys saw that, and then I punched into leader, and then he took it, and then I threw my Edwardnewgate at him. He took it. I threw Red Luffy at him. He took it. He didn't want the Monkey D. Luffy, Rush Luffy to go out, so he countered out with a 2K Brook, and then now I'm just trying to survive his hits, what I obviously can do. I have 2 Edwards, so that's really nice. And he's really not being able to throw much at me. The most I could see is if he puts his stun onto this and then attacks. So I think that's an 8K attack? Well, 4 plus, well, no, that's 7K, right? Wouldn't that be a 7K attack? 6K? I don't know. Don't let me count. Right now, that's fine, because I already have 2 Edwards. I mean, maybe I could have searched for another Edward, but it was more worth just not having to counter out with the 2K. There's my Edward, so I didn't even have to search for it, so I'm happy about that. I think what I'm going to do here, honestly, because he can't keep throwing many little guys at me. Oh, I'm actually at 8. That does actually kind of suck. Okay, that's what I'll do. So, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 3. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to throw 6K at him. Because I'm at 8, so next turn I'll have 10, and then I'll be able to play Edward. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 6K and just K, so that's nice. This guy does take a lot longer to react, what's kind of boring and annoying. And I would love if he played the game and didn't just sit there doing nothing for 20 minutes, but it's fine. There's that 2k, and then here's my 6k. I know I could be throwing at this, but I'd rather get cards out of his hand and then just go straight at his face, because he's like freaking out because of it, and it's hella funny. And there's a 5k, and he probably doesn't, yeah, he didn't have 1k to do anything with, and he obviously doesn't have blockers, right? That's a really good thing to remember, is like, oh, does Zoro have blockers? No, not really. Does he try and kill you fast? Yeah, so just survive fast, and then he already threw out all of his fumes. So late game you can just throw like 7Ks, honestly. 8s and 7s are really good against most matchups, because 7s make you have to put out like a 2 and 1K, like 3 1Ks, or like something like that, or two 2Ks, right? So it does make you have to put out a lot more cards than you normally would have to. But I have 3 counter, 3 Dawn, I have 2 2Ks in hand, I have 3 Edwards. I mean, I'm gonna go up to 8K next turn. It's kind of just surviving right now, right? But if you start throwing enough at me, it's gonna start sucking. So 3, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 at most attacks, and I don't think he'll really actually be able to throw 5 at me. And I think he'll throw a lot of his attacks actually at my front, and that's fine. I'll let him have those. Because this deck isn't about keeping your guys alive, because you get so many cards that you can just keep playing rushes. And it doesn't even have to actually be rushes most of the time. So he's going to throw the 6k Zoro at one of my characters. He may throw it at the Jozu, or he's going to throw it at me. So he wants to kill me, right? So he's just going to keep throwing these at me. That does really suck that I'm having to throw away counters that could be used for way higher numbers. But so another 6. He's throwing out numbers. Okay. May just throw 2 on his buggy, and throw 2 on Sanji, and then throw a couple on, he could throw 3 on H, I think, and be fine. So 7k, yeah. Okay. He's definitely playing with strategy. He has a hell lot of on. That's why I'm kind of worried. I mean, he's for sure not gonna, he's just gonna take all my counters away, and that's gonna suck. But I mean, at this point, what he's doing here is letting me be able to throw. He's not killing my stuff, right? So at this point, he has 1 more attack at max, and it's this guy right there. Oh, this guy. Okay, that's fine. He has 1 Dawn up. He can't do anything. There we go. Okay, so all I'm gonna do here is 8, 9, 10. So I have 3. So I have 3 down because I'm gonna throw this. So I'm gonna do. So I have 3 attacks up here. I have to hit 3 to kill him. So all I'm gonna do is put 2 on him. So I'm gonna attack a 6k. Does he have a 2k in hand? Because that's really what's gonna matter here. And honestly, I win. There's no way that he wins at this point because I have a 7k rush. Unless he hits the trigger of a lifetime or something. If he pulls some good 2Ks or something like that, that could really suck. But I mean, okay, there's that trigger that he was looking for. So now that we have this, I have 2 different roads I can go. Oh, never mind, I can't because I already put my Dawn on this guy. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna throw a 7k at him, and this is always the most ideal spot to go. So he's obviously gonna take, right? Because the most that he could have in hand is 2k. So now we're hoping that this is a 1k and then a 2k. That's all we're hoping for right here. Boom. Boom. Lead. Is it 2 and 1k? Because that's hella lucky. Okay, so he got what he wants. we definitely just lost because we have Edwards. So if these were like counters or something, so he got super lucky on his stuff. I'm surprised he didn't use Radical Beam. Yeah, he got super lucky because I don't think he was holding that in hand. I think that one card that was in hand was something like extra. I'm definitely just going to concede because we obviously know I'm going to lose here. But I wanted to show you guys that. So that was more me messing up on plays, and I'm hoping the guy wasn't like super lucky how he was, because he was pretty lucky there. And maybe he was holding it, but I mean, he really wasn't holding Dawn at all through game, pretty much. And all that would have taken is him not pulling the trigger. So he pulled three lucky plays, because he threw out the 2K. So that's one lucky play. His second lucky play was that his trigger killed one of my guys. What's pretty lucky, because Zoro stuff's supposed to just delete, like, whenever you want it to, and not, like, on triggers. And then third thing is that he pulled the effect to add like 4K to his leader. So those were the three things. Those were more lucky plays than anything. And so, like, I'm not gonna say, I mean, I definitely didn't do amazing, but I also, like, knew that those were, like, a lot of, like, good things that he grabbed and he really couldn't control, but just got kind of lucky, right? So in this deck we have Edwardnewgate, we have 4 Otamas for the 2Ks pretty much, that's the only reason they have it in here. Or if you want to play her off of, like, Edwardnewgate or something weird, because if you have 2 Dawn on head when you attack and something's at 3K, then it dies. So that can really kill some blockers. So we have Otamas for 2Ks, we have 4 Otamas for 2Ks, and then we have 3 Sanjis for 2Ks, and also if you really want to get aggressive really fast, we have Namis for 1,000 counter. It's more just for the search to find, like, the Sanjis, the Luffys, like, all the kind of rush type of stuff. That kind of stuff, or, like, I think that's honestly... Oh, and then your guard points. Your guard points are really nice to search. But you have 4 of those, and then you have 4 Edwardnewgates. What he does is give your leader 2K even on until the next start of your next turn. So basically, it's my turn, I play Edwardnewgate. My leader that is normally 6K goes up to 8K, right? And then it goes to the enemy's turn. What power is he at? He's at 8K. So now they have to do 8Ks to even go through, to even let it hit me, and then I can counter out of it. So things that are like 15K aren't that actually hard to counter out of, but they're still hard to counter out of, right? Now Jozu's actually really good. If you have 2 or less live cards, remember that part, and you put a Dawn on him, then he's a 4-cost, he's a 5-cost blocker pretty much, or rush character that has 2K. So he's really just used for the 2K, but I mean, he is a good rush. Like, you guys saw me play him. Portgas, I have him at 2. Minus 3 power, minus 3,000 power during this turn to from a character. I think it's really good. I think you could put it up to 3 if, like, you really don't, like, need 4 Luffys, but I mean, having 2 of these guys, you're still gonna find them. 3 Makinos for the 2K. If one of your leaders gets plus 3K, honestly, it's there just for the 2K. 1K 3 blockers, Marcos. These things will win or lose you a game because it's just like any other blocker, right? But when it dies, you can bring it back into the game. What I mean, trashing hand isn't great, but I mean, sometimes it's worth it. Izu, really good. He searches for, all I search for with him is Edwardnewgates, then I go to Portgas, then I go to Marcos. Marcos are really nice to search out of Izu plays. But I mean, almost like 95% of the time, I swear, you'll find Edwardnewgate. If you don't already have like 2 or 3 in your hand, you'll find Edwardnewgate out of it Izu search. unless you're really unlucky and then get 4 of them in your life. But I mean, you'll still find them pretty fast because you're playing on 0 life, right? So they're not just sitting there until late game. Monkey D. Luffy. Oh, sorry. I'm way ahead of myself. Marco, 5 costs. Your turn on play, KO up to one of your characters with 3,000 power or less. You may trash one event card from your hand. Play this character from your trash rested. Basically, whenever it dies, you can just bring it back into play, just like Blocker Marco's, but both are rested when they come back in. And then we have Monkey D. Luffy's. They're searchable out of Nami, and they're a 1k, and it's a 4 for 6k, so that's really nice. Because if you could place it down 1 turn before a rush, Monkey D. Luffy. 5 cost, no counter. We play 4 of them, 6k. Basically, how you do it is you play Monkey D. Luffy, the 1k counter, 4 cost, and then next turn you attack with your new, you attack with Monkey D. Luffy, then you attack with Edwardnewgate, and then you pay your rush character, Monkey D. Luffy, and then rush him down, and then that's 3 6k attacks. Instead of just having the 1k in hand, and it's like not useful the same rate. And then you have Sanji. If your opponent has character with 5,000 power or more, this character gains rush. He's a 1k 6, and we have 2 of him, and he's a 6k for 6. He's not honestly great, but he's nice to have if you have 4 Luffy's, right? That's like the really big thing, is like if you already have a lot of like Luffy's or something, then you can play like Sanji's, and then so pretty much you have like 6 Luffy's, right? And then we play 4 Radical Beams. Basically you get to have 2k until you're really low, and then it turns into a 4k for 1. And then you have another one, one of your leader characters gains up to 3k power during this battle, and your trigger is your leader, one of your characters gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. And then your trigger on your Radical Beam, I totally forgot about, your leader, one of your characters gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. So they both have the same counter. So if you get really unlucky or really lucky technically, and they're like gonna throw a lot of things at you, then you could really trigger out if you want. But I mean, I'd rather have it for it to pay for it, but I mean, it's just what you want, right? And one really big thing that I want to point out to you guys, I'm just gonna do this. So this is just to point out, we're gonna do this, end turn, end turn, end turn, give Croc all these, then he attacks Edwardnewgate, he takes, then and then Croc ends his turn, it's Newbeard's turn, he's gonna hit him, right, takes it, now ends turn, now Croc hits for 6, right, okay, then don't pay attention to any of this. Okay, so now it's my turn, now it's Croc's turn, now I'm gonna throw 6k at him. And then now, oh shoot, it was 1 turn before. Alright, sorry guys, I'm lying to you guys. I am zoned out. Alright, keep. Okay, so now that we started the game, now it's Edwardnewgate's turn. Okay, so now it's Croc's turn, 6k. Okay, I take, right? Because that's how that works. Now, I let it be Croc's turn, 6k. I take, that's fine. So now, if you want to sit at 1 health, what's the point at it? So what's the point of being at 1 health? Like let's say that we had 1 life card here. What's the point of having that 1 life card there if you're going to lose it the next turn? Would you rather let the enemy hit you and take it, or would you just rather let it... Because really think about it. If I wanted to say, oh, I want to be at 1, and then next turn I know I'm just going to lose it, would I rather have that 1 and then counter out of it, lose a card, and then I'm just going to gain that card in just a second? Or take it now? That's a really big thing that you got to always remember. That's something to always remember. Just kind of trolling. That is like a really nice thing to know. And so we're just gonna add a couple cards to this board. We're gonna give it to this guy's turn. So we're gonna give him a cat. Don't do effect on it. Like I would have put out like something weird. But okay, so now it's my turn, right? Now it's my turn. So all I'm gonna do here is you have the combo of doing, you have the combo of being able to do your red Luffy. So all you can do here, and it's really nice, is he can take the trigger, right? He can lose the 2 Dawn, and then he actually loses none because it's Croc, how that works. And then now I'm going to be like, so this guy was at 2 life, right? He didn't have any counters in hand. Obviously he does because we've been 55 turns in. That happens, and then I can bring out this guy and then kill it. And then another thing that you can do is do, now that's my turn again. Let's act like these guys aren't here. All I'm going to do here is do, oh shoot, I did that wrong. Where's all my Edwardnewgates actually? Oh, okay, there's one. Okay, maybe it's, oh, I have searches in here for that. That's why I'm not finding anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. This is like your turn prep. So I'm gonna give it back to my turn. Okay, so now that's my turn, because I'm not playing a real game, so it's like harder to remember the steps. All I'm gonna be doing here is I'm searching for something first off. So I apparently have none of her. Jesus. Okay. So a really nice combo that you can do is play. Okay, this guy. This is what I was talking about. So you can play this guy, give these two minus 3k, and then put 2 Dawn on him. Attack, destroy that 3k. Now, if that was a blocker, what would have happened is he would have not planned for that, so he would be behind. And then now they have counters. There's some like really cool stuff that you can do here. I honestly really like this deck over other decks. So yeah. Playing against yourself, by the way, isn't bad, but playing against a real person isn't bad either. But like testing out each other's like limits of like which deck literally should win is really nice. Like literally just playing a Sakazuki deck against a Newbeard deck or something is really nice. Just prepping out how to win a matchup is really nice. Even if like you don't even if you don't know Sakazuki, you're learning Sakazuki by playing against yourself when playing Newbeard, right? There's some like really nice stuff with that. There's just like different cool ways to play the game that you guys can learn. I'm recording like 8 or 9 videos today. I know this has been like a 50-minute video, but I just wanted to do like a solid deck on telling you guys like what I actually think about the decks. And I think Newbeard will be the thing very soon. I think Newbeard will be the deck. The only thing that I don't think could be the reason that wouldn't be the new deck would be there's something like if Bello Betty gets really good, that could be a problem, or if people learn how to play against him, that could be really devastating for some players that play him. But right now, nobody's really playing Edward Newgate. So I think if you guys want to start playing him, I'd play him. He's one of the easy. I definitely say getting into the game, he's not the one, because this deck genuinely does cost a little, but it doesn't also. I think I'm probably getting the deck completely finished, and I'm building it for locals. I think completely built, I'd probably say a solid $225 probably USD, probably, but I'm not gonna say for sure that's what I think it is, because I don't know what the cards are right now exactly, but I know most of the cards in the deck are worth like $5-10, and then like Edwardnewgates are like 17 a piece. That's where you really get pricey. But I mean, it's not like a Katakuri deck where you have to spend $340 to get 4 Katakuris, right? And then you have your queens, and then your queens are like, or not Katakuri, but like purple yellow croc. Like that's a lot of money that you're putting in, because you got to get your queens, you got to get your Katakuris, then you got to get your big mums, then you got to get your Yamatos. Yamatos are definitely the easiest high number thing that you can get for your deck, but I mean, it's still harder, right? So I didn't want to make a super long video. Sadly my audio messed up, but it's fine. I hope you guys all have a good day though, and I'm still thinking about changing my name, so please put in the comments what you guys think my new name should be, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.